Hello everyone, my name is Professor S. Pir Basha. So I belongs to the Department of Information Technology, Jamal Muhammad College. So today I'm going to present a very important concept in object-oriented programming called basic concepts of OOPS. All right, so here we go. So what is object-oriented programming? So object-oriented programming is not OOPS. So it refers to the programming methodology based on objects instead of just functions and procedures. So in C programming language, we mainly focus on the functions and procedures, but not objects. But in C++, we focus on objects. So these objects are organized into classes, which allow individual objects to be grouped together. So in the upcoming slides, I have a wonderful information for you with the real-time application. I mean the real-world examples for you to better understand. All right. So why do we need object-oriented programming? So object-oriented programming aims to implement the real-world entities like inheritance, data hiding, polymorphism, dynamic binding, and message passing in programming. So these are the various benefits of, the various basic concepts of OOPS like classes, objects, abstraction, inheritance, encapsulation, polymorphism, dynamic binding, and we have message passing. I have given only 6 here. So first one, class. So what is a class? Class is nothing but a collection of properties that is nothing but data and the member functions. So imagine about the human being. So we have two categories like male and female. So male is a class and female is another class. So both these classes have the common properties like hands, legs, eyes, mouth, and nose. And both have the common functions like walking, talking, eating, seeing, jumping, running, and skipping and teaching, and blah blah. All right. So look at this diagram. So I have a class called animal. So these are the various animals. This is called as objects. So giraffe, I have deer, then a dog, cat, elephant, and a lion. So these individual animals is represented as objects. So the collection of objects is nothing but a class called animal. Okay. Second one, what is an object? So real world example, that is, I have a table, fan, bike, pen, and a laptop, and a refrigerator. So everything represents an object. So object is nothing but instance. So Sathish is an object. So any entity that has state and the behavior, which is known as object. So object is an instant of real-time entities. So abstraction. The best example for abstraction is hiding our skin without dress. So our skin is the best example for abstraction. So abstraction is a mechanism that hides the internal implementation details of a program. So look at this real-time example of remote control. So this inner layer is covered by, it's protected by the outer layer. So the inner layer is hidden by the manufacturer. All right. And fourth one is encapsulation, the binding up of data and functions into a single unit. That is called as encapsulation. So we have the example as capsules. Now look at this capsule. So we have methods and variables. So the collection of methods and variables bonded together that forms a class. That is called as encapsulation. So class is the best example of encapsulation. And we can call a variable as a state, and we can call method as a behavior. Okay. And the other one is polymorphism. Polymorphism is very easy. It's nothing but the ability to take more than one form. So I hope you have seen a movie called Anniyan, which is acted by actor Vikram. So the same Vikram has acted in many roles called Remo, Anniyan, and Ambi. And here, see, look at this boy. So in shopping malls, he behaves like a customer. And in a bus, he behaves like a passenger. In school, he behaves like a student. And at home, he behaves like a son. So this gentleman, he behaves as a head of the family with his wife and his children. And here he is a customer to a supermarket. Here he is with his girlfriend, or you can say his wife. and he's with an informal dress, he's with a formal dress, individually. So this is a very best example for polymorphism, and next one is inheritance. So the capability of class to derive properties and characteristics from another class is called as inheritance. That is, the properties of one class can be acquired by the other class. So that we can call that as an inheritance. So what will happen? What is the advantage? So it will provide the code reusability. So we can reuse the coding. Okay. So this is a good example of inheritance. So here we have a collection of animals, that is nothing but a superclass, and we have 4 child classes: amphibians, reptiles, mammals, and birds. Look at this one. So this child is inherited with this father lion. This child lion is inherited with the father lion. That is, all of the properties of the father are inherited by his son. The next one is dynamic binding. So, what is a binding? Binding refers to the linking of a procedure call to the code to be executed in response to the call. So, we have 2 different types of dynamic binding. I mean, 2 different types of binding. One is static binding, other one is dynamic binding. So what a static binding is? When the type of the object is determined at the compile time, it is known as static binding. The other one, when the type of the object is determined at the runtime, it is known as dynamic binding. Okay. So message passing. So message passing is nothing but normally objects communicate with other objects by sending and receiving the information to each other. So the best example is web browsers and web servers are the best examples of processes that communicate by message passing. Now look at this real-time example. Here, a boy, he's an object one, and she's a girl, she's an object two. So this boy is giving a message through the help of a letter. So this letter is called as a message. So this object is passing a message to the other object. All right. So this, with this, the object-oriented programming basic concepts is over. I hope you would have enjoyed my video. Thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you again. Thank you.